Yeah, crew. I'm back on deck. Ready to slam this shit. Look, let's break this down to a kindergarten kid can get it. Angelic script, right? Transient sigils, symbols, letters, words, spells. Theban, or the ban of use of angelic script. The true. What have we been fed? Reversal truth. What did they used to hunt back in the day? They used to hunt witches because they were heretics. Whoa. Heavy, heavy language, right? What's magic? Magic is miracles. Miracles of sound and light. Because what happens? Usually, quote unquote, magic shows are shows of sound and light. Take one of these devices to a third world country where they don't have any technology or something like that. Magic box. Get real. Blowing the brains out of babies as soon as you put a smartphone in front of them. Eyes huge. Baby's face looks like what? The socket on a wall. Get right. You know the shit I'm pointing out. Looking like electric sigils, symbols. Now let's bust this down. Because what I tell you, these magic seals to seal up sigils. What happens? Resistor, capacitor, capacity to contain. The capacity to contain, to resist, to not let through. See? Now when you bust this down, whoops. See this little dangly thing? See this camera I'm using? I swear, this I'm gonna bash it to bits. I promise you. I'm getting a new one. I hate this thing. Look, it's just fiddly and finicky and shit. It's in the way. All right, look. Shit. All right, the sigils. All right, this is blocking the EL process, right? I told you that. Okay. So now watch how this breaks down. Magic, miracles, sound and light, and it's control of this type of EL activity. That's godlike activity. That's almost like synthesizer, physical modeling. How do you think we were made? We were physically modeled. Huh? The creator made us? But see, this is why I struggle with this one creator thing. I think there's a divine masculine and there's a divine feminine. It takes two to tango. It takes two people to tango and make a child. Now, it doesn't nowadays because it's orta in vitro. Ortus would be Latin for birth. Come on, let's get it. So, in vitro is artificial birth. So, basically, the dead walking the earth, there you go. It's done by in vitro. Come on. You thinking bomb bodies are jumping out? Amoeba. They produce asexually, which is splitting of, which would be kind of like fission. Okay, now there's two amoebas, but amoebas are fucking slow, single-celled organisms. So are protozoans, or whatever they're called. Teach their own how you pronounce it, man. It's all words. Now, that's weird to me. Fission reproduction is fucking strange. I don't care if amoebas do it, and I don't care if bacteria does it. That's fucking strange, alright? Period, point blank. However, I understand that our body creates these things. But see, something in our body creates cells and stuff. Cells don't just split apart and do stuff like that in us. That's bacterial virus bullshit. Replicating itself and shit. That's weird. That's definitely alien in nature. That's why your body will fight it off. I mean, what the hell? That's freaking weird. And disgusting. So basically what I'm saying is it takes two to tango. I know that it takes a man and woman to create a child because the biophotons, the light. But see, two zombies can do that now because of the degradation of man, which goes back to this shit. So your device, silicone chips, versus your EL protocol, your brain. You depend on your device for information instead of yourself to find out. And you can use your device to find out stuff, yes, but come on, man. How did we learn before this shit? Get real. All right, Ethernet. And you get divine downloads. Hello. Look above. This is where you get your information from. This is what you... Man, I'm not getting into that. We'll get into that later. Or I probably have before. Gotta catch up if you haven't caught up already. Ethernet wire. Direct connection. Silica land hardline. That's on this diagram right here. I showed you that. Direct plug-in. Small body of water. The earth wasn't straight up a whole bunch of water. This water, salt water shit, it's a solution, dude. It's not even 100. Come on. It's a solution. Okay, Wi-Fi is what? How things communicate over from microwaves. So that's LFOs. Low frequency oscillations, not heard, felt, and sent. If your Wi-Fi didn't work, you wouldn't get a signal. Let's get real. And versus telepathy. But if you switch Wi-Fi around, if we could use telepathy. See what I'm saying? If we Wi-Fi. Oh, I wish I could. Yeah, I know. We all wish we could. If we could, huh? Use telepathy, but Wi-Fi. Now, check this out. Brainwash. To have your brain hacked or controlled externally. I know I didn't write all that extra stuff there, but let's break it down. Brainwashing. Okay? Someone takes your mind and washes it of its own once pureness. Like, if you wash your mind in a solution that was made of only salt, and then somebody comes and washes it with lithium and mercury and this and that and aluminum and blah blah blah. Okay, your brain's in a solution, man, just like the salt water. Okay, your brain is in a solution, man. 100%. If you have water in it, you should have water in your brain, not on your brain. So if you have water in your head, it's on a solution. Your brain's been hacked. You've been brainwashed, or somebody has been using force on you. Just, there's different ways to brainwash the human mind. You can use force, you can use screens, this, that, the other. There's many ways of being brainwashed, but the main way now is the silicone screen. Gone off of it. Everything is pleasurable on it. I know, corruption on tap. Confusion on tap. So, now number 2 is, or training thyself to do protocol. Moving the brain fluid, washing out the brain. Okay, so you moving your fluids around in your brain. That is also brainwashing. Because when you're moving the fluid around in your brain, what is water? A consciousness. Your brain has ventricles, which shuttles the water out. I've explained this in the previous episode. What do you think water is? A conscious body. Regardless of how small it is still conscious. If your fluids move around, it's called cerebral spinal fluid. That fluid goes throughout your body. Hello, EL process, protocol. Okay, regardless if you have water on your brain or not, you still have that type of process. But what you have to understand is because your brain is surrounded in more of that motherfucking solution, what do you think happens when the ventricles open up? That solution goes throughout yourself. And I don't need an amen. Now I'm telling you, the ban of self, free thinking, organic L protocol, L meaning godlike or light activity, because that's what L means, EL. That's why I say L even. Get on the L even frequency, man. The light frequency. You got to take back your own. The ban of self-free thinking, organic AL protocol, or functionality, originality, self-projection, and self-sustenance. The silicon earth, or our silica earth, sustained itself. We sustained it. It sustained us. It was a transaction, man. It's like a hand-to-hand transaction. Can you pass that? Because I need some action. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was. But once the fucking trees were chopped down and harvested, see, this is the sickness, man. This is the sickness right here because of the chip. Okay, what does the chip do? It's the black hole. When the screen's off, it's black. Okay, you can't see the inner workings of the chip, but the inner workings of the chip, it's a semiconductor. The semiconductor needs a conductor because, see, the silica operated on its own, and we operated with it. Now it has been reduced to a chip, a motionless, lifeless object. The only way it is given life is through you. See what I'm saying, cyborg? You gotta unplug, baby. I'm pointing this shit out clear as day. Yeah, I got redundant diagrams. There'll be more coming. I just gotta get to it, man. I don't have all the time in the world to make all this shit happen all the time, but like I try to get it to you. These decent little uploads and downloads for you. But I'm telling you, man, light is energy. Energy is transferred. All right, if it's a semiconductor, what's the earth been stripped of? Silica, precious. But what else do people strip and dig for and do? Gold, silver, this, that, the other, copper, nickel. I mean, come on. You got junkies out here scraping houses for copper pipes and shit. Come on, get real. Okay, it's down to that level. That's zombification, man. That and it's for what? Paperback, more wet paper on your head. You see, you already got what brain? Your brain is already soaking in a solution, and then you got paper on it. So your paper takes. You got wet paper wood on your fucking brain. That's that zombie action right there. Because when you wake up and realize it's all bullshit. In this world, there was no such thing as money. There was no such thing as money in the Silicon world, man, because everything was it was already a transaction, dude. Transaction was made. So I'm telling you, that's how it busts down. So basically, everything you know has been watered down to a whole degree. From the miracles of the EL process all the way down to self to the physical body. The light body protocol process and the physical body protocol and process has all been busted down to this. 1/4 capacity. Because what I say, capacitors and resistors, what do? They impede the flow of EL. Crowtown, court adjourned. Shit's over. This case is over. You see him?